Okay, here we are. It is 11 a.m. Pacific time on a Wednesday. Excited to be here, excited to be back. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you've never come here before, welcome in. It is fabulous to be here. We are doing something today because I've been off from this for a little bit now, and I wanted to come back and get back on this on something that is absolutely fantastic. uh, Something that took hours and hours and hours of me to do. Now I'm bringing it to you, which is with something that I think uh, is so simple and so easy. It's roadblock removal. We're taking away problems that stop you from getting the clients that you deserve and love. I put a post in the uh, my LinkedIn newsletter about creating a client Mount Rushmore. And I want to expand on that today. And I created a lead magnet for you that if you just take that away, I'm giving it away. It's something that used to take me hours, but got me great clients. And now with partnering with my buddies at Ray Eye, Ray Eye and AI together, that's Ray Eye. I took the thing that used to take me hours to find a great client, and now I can do it in minutes. And it's something that you can do because I don't want you to have to accept people as clients because you need the money. I want you to track the people that uh, will come to you, and so you can get more joy out of your clients, which gets you more money, which gets you more fun, which means you love to do it. If you want to come in and talk to me about it today, it's joinraylive.com. I am looking up these little banners, but here we're talking really about the Mount Rushmore, the client Mount Rushmore. That's what we're talking about. We're live on Facebook, on YouTube, and on LinkedIn. If you want to come on in, it's joinraylive.com, and you can come in. We'll talk about it here today. But here's what I asked people to do, and I gave you a quick little template. This all came out of something that I did in December called the $1 Million Challenge. And I took 23 people and I gave them a bunch of simple things to do. And the goal was to get 100 people that could earn $10,000 extra each in December, the slowest month that we have out there. And I didn't think I'd get 100, but I got 23. And those 23 people did better than I thought they would. They made over $350,000. The thing that I think made it the fastest was I had them rekindle old relationships. And that's where the concept of the client Mount Rushmore came. And this is something that I didn't particularly explain very well when I did it in December, but I've since done it a couple of times, and I've actually shaved hours and hours and hours off the practice with my good buddies at Perplexity and ChatGPT. It's a combination of you and them, but this is a little simple thing, and let's talk about it. So the first thing is think back and get the best people that you've ever thought of working with, that you've worked with before, that you loved working with them. They brought joy into your life. They made you happy to do these things. They were excited every time you had an appointment with them. And those are the type of people you want to work with all the time. All the time is who you want to work with, those people. And so I had people take those 4 best clients, best past clients they ever had, and send out a simple email. And last week I gave a lead magnet out with 4 or 5 versions of that simple email, but essentially it's a 7-word email with no logos. It's like a friend sends to a friend. It's been too long. Let's catch up. Basically, that's it. P.S. Your Zoom or mine. Maybe a link to your calendar, but nothing more. I hope this finds you well. You want to approach people as if they are your friend. That's step 1. And that simple email generated probably half of the money that people made in that December thing by rekindling all those things. Because here's what I did as a follow-up. I had them list out all the people that they remember working with or for in the past that they enjoyed. And if you do this, if you actually take the time to sit down and do this, you're going to come out with a list. In 5 minutes, I came out with 60 names. And then I struggled through it, and I kept going. I got over 100 names. And I realized what that does there is it creates a way to reach out to people that is not salesy. It's not icky. It's not horrible. You're just rekindling old friendships. And that's not like prospecting at all. It's very, very simple, very, very easy to do. And so I had people expand it to get to 100 names, then just 5 a day. It's been too long, let's catch up. It's been too long, let's catch up. And that one thing took them to higher levels of business from low-hanging fruit. So smooth, so easy. Then I thought, well, if these are all the people that we love, what if we wanted to recreate? Because I called it the client Mount Rushmore. And when I did it for me, I used to sit down and spend hours figuring out who these people were, where they hung out, what they did. And I wanted to explain it to others in a simple way because I spent hours doing this. Literally, I would spend a whole week getting 10 people's names. And when I did that, they were all high quality, great kinds of people because I want to work with people who are fun, people who are going somewhere that love to get better and will work hard to do that. And I thought, man, I've put these people up on a pedestal. It's my client Mount Rushmore. There's 4 people I look at. I wanted to explain it to people. So what I did, I was going to make a video about it, and I put it. I made the video, and I said, how can I demonstrate this? So I actually took the 4 people from Mount Rushmore, and I asked Perplexity, do you know the 4 gentlemen on Mount Rushmore? And it did. It said, yeah, there's the 4 people right there. Okay, what I want is I want you to list all their personality traits that they share. And it did. And all the little quirks that they have, all the things that they like. As my friend and mentor, David Newman, says, I want to know how they like their eggs. And I asked Perplexity to do this, and it spit out all this information of all these things that these people shared in common. Then I asked it, well, if they were alive today, where would they work? And it came up with areas that those people would work in. It came up with organizations they would belong to. It came up with associations they would be members of, how they'd be leading, what they'd be doing. This guy one of them would have been in a startup role. The other person would have been a leader of some sort over here. And it came up with all these different things. And I realized what I just did is I created a profile based on the best people up on the mountain in there. And I created where they'd be, where they'd go. And now to meet those people, all I would have to do is go there. So that's what I did with my clients. And what I did, and I developed, I created a worksheet that will give you the things to ask, the things to put in. We're talking about, gathering your top client data. And you don't have to do it yourself anymore. It's something that is so simple now that we have this beautiful partner that we can use called AI. Now, if you use me and AI, then you can call it Ray-I, and it's a more fun thing to do. But if you want to come in and talk about it, join raylive.com. I've got a list of some of the things that I put in there, but you can do it with prompts and checklists and all this kind of thing, and you can copy and paste it and put it directly in there. You will get the answers to where people you like to work with live, where the associations they go to. Well, what would be a good thing to do? Well, if I know that, I know for me, a very good target-rich environment, the National Speakers Association, because I help speakers and coaches that love to serve but hate to sell. I also am really effective writing speeches and putting humor in speeches where none exists. And when people need something in a hurry, they know I deliver very, very quickly. And so they will reach out to me. So I joined the National Speakers Association, not because I was going to try to sell them on me, but I know that if I go in and talk about what I do, I will naturally sell myself to these people. And that is not only did I join, I went to and became a board member of my local National Speakers Association chapter. And that's a good place for me to be because I meet like-minded people that love to be in front of people, but maybe don't really like to, when they're speaking in front of people, the distance between their ears and their shoulders is wide and long. But when they're talking about buying their stuff, those shoulders come right up to their ears and they don't look quite as confident. And they've learned how to, every time they ask for money, they're not asking for money. It sounds like a question though. And that's $5,000 instead of something that you train people to learn your authority with your voice going down when you're making a point. So learning those kind of things, going with that. But that's an example of where I found to go. Even though I knew it subconsciously, this showed it to me, and there I go. I go to other things where people are struggling as a coach, struggling. They're great at coaching. Oh my God, they're fantastic at coaching, but they're not amazing people getting clients, and they should be. Here's the trick. The trick with client Mount Rushmore. When we were kids, we would take our hobbies and we would play with it and we would enjoy it, and we would go outside, and like I played baseball from dawn till dusk if I could, and then it got dark and I had to come in and eat and all those kind of great things. Well, now that people pay you money for what you do, we stop practicing. It's time to start practicing again, and you need to have statements in your head that are so natural. The sky is blue and I charge $8 million. Uh, my house is white. I charge $27,000. I have 2 cats and it's $25,000 to hire them. These things that you just see every day that are just natural, that has to come out as if you're just in conversation. And when you talk to friends, you don't change the subject like that. Your tone of voice doesn't go up. So all these little tricks, but this client Mount Rushmore is just designed to put you in a spot where you are going to naturally attract clients by being in the right places. If you want to see Mount Rushmore, you have to go to Mount Rushmore. If you want to see your ideal client, they don't just drop in. If you are in their, I call this the location close. If you're in their area and you talk with them, they become so interested in you that they will inquire of you about how you do things. So if you are a speaker that enjoys serving and you're in an environment of the people that you serve, they will naturally flock to you. You have to be there though, and you have to know where it is that they go. Where are the people you love to work with? What are their traits? What have they done in the past? What associations are they with? What hobbies do they have? What's their personality like? Are they funny? Are they very serious? Are they linear? Are they creative? Knowing these things about those that you love to work with makes it simpler to find them. And that's what I've put together. It's taking a little longer than I thought because I'm not really good with that, and I'm just hiring somebody to do it. But I should have that in the next day or so. That's a sendable copy with it, and I want everybody to have it. If you will make a comment on this or direct message me, I will make sure that you get the Client Mount Rushmore toolkit, which I've created, and it will allow you to take the best clients you have. And I've got different things, gathering your top client data, using AI to identify common patterns, have AI build your next generation client criteria, and let AI find prospective clients and groups. You could then from there, if you're using these things to outreach, here's what I suggest. You can create outreach emails, but if you personalize them just a little bit before you send them, they're going to be much more effective. Remember this too. 80% of emails are never opened. 80% of emails are never opened. Never. So you have to send more than one. And the good news is, if you can set yourself up in a way that you are different from the rest, if you can reach right to them, if you can share a moment in the subject line with a person that you're trying to contact, if you have that. Now, with these new clients that you don't know yet, if you know what they're thinking, and you do, because you know the type of person you're trying to get a hold of, what gets you? What grabs you? Put that in the subject line, and it will grab the person who's most likely to work with you. Because if it got you, it'll get them. So pay attention. all part of this process. But these are things that I've laid out for you. I've got this thing set up. I want to give it away. I want you to test it out. This is the first ramp on this thing when I've kind of automated it and not done it on my own. It's so fantastic to not spend 8 hours, and literally I've got so many ideas in 10 minutes from doing this that it'll take me a month to follow up on all these things. It'll take me a month to begin to weed into all this and make. But that's finding something that you can use to attract people to you every single day is how the game is won. Because if you just shoot things out every once in a while, or it's impersonal, nobody's going to get it. They want to see you. You need to make the human connection. Nothing good happens outside of a conversation. And if you can create this, and if you look at the way I created this thing called the action framework, and this is how every business has worked since the dawn of time. And what action stands for, there's 3 stages of your business, every business. The first is attraction. You need to get people to turn and look at you. You have to wear something that gets noticed, or have your appearance in some way that they're going to notice you, or have some form of thing that makes people go, huh? Really? Tell me more, right? So that's a phrase that everybody kind of understands, the attraction phase. Here's the piece that's missing between the attraction, and transformation. Because when you work with people, you transform them. And you know how good you are at that. You have to attract them to get to you to be able to transform them. Here's the C that people miss: connection. If you don't connect, you will never get new clients. You'll get some new clients because they fall out of trees somewhere by luck. But that's you're just waiting for them. You're accepting whoever shows up. You're not attracting who you want. So it's attraction, connection, transformation. That's what you do in this action formula. That's what every business does. We attract, we connect, we transform. You do it with individuals, organizations, or networks. So attract, connect, transform with individuals, organizations, or networks. And you decide where you go with that, because every organization is a series of individuals. And so you are going to have to talk to someone at some point. There are businesses that never, ever do, and great for them. But as an entrepreneur, I think that you're really going to have to talk to some people along the way. And if you don't like it, well, there are ways to make it easier. And this is one of them. It lessens the trial and error that you have. AI will take your intellectual property, everything that you say or do. That's why I'm giving this stuff away, because you can have that information. We don't need more information. Everything that I know, or you could get it somewhere else. What AI does not have are my wounds and scars as I failed along the way, that I can now show you, that I can stop you from having to go through. And that's what the client Mount Rushmore is. It is a way to make this easier, simple. I'll never say easy. It's simpler. It's simpler. And I'm excited about it. I want to put it to the test. I want to have some people out there using it. I know some of you took the first one I had that just had simple versions of, it's been too long, let's catch up. I remember when we did this, you still inspire me. Let's grab a cup of coffee. That's it. You don't need to say, I hope this finds you well. Dude, talk to people as if they're your friends, and they will treat you as if they're your friends. You'll remove that one door that everybody has up when people connect with them. But that's a whole connection piece. This is about the client Mount Rushmore. I'm happy to be back on here. I'll be excited to put up some clips when I use this as well. This is every Wednesday. I want to get some cool guests on here too. So if you have something that applies to coaches and speakers, and you think you have some wisdom to share, and come on with me, we'll have some fun doing it, because I can't do it if it's not fun. I would love to have you on here and reach out. That's how this works. I work with speakers and coaches that love to serve. They love to speak and coach, but they do not like to sell. That means that most speakers and coaches are my potential clients along the way. But if you are in that channel, of speakers and coaches, and you come before or after me, or even do something different while I'm working there, you're somebody I want to talk to, because we are natural referral partners for people who want to get better. If you do one thing that gets them better and now they need me to take over for the next part, that's fantastic. That is awesome. Everyone I've ever worked with over an extended period of time has seen their sales go up. Every single person. And that's been going on since I was 12 years old, since Little League, selling candy bars for Little League on up. So there's something about it. I'd like to give me all the credit, but it's not. It's the availability of some things that I have, and it's my enthusiasm for it that I transfer onto you, that you bring to your customers, because I can show you simple ways that make it easier for you to do things that maybe right now you dread. I can change that dread into joy. I can make, oh my God, I get to do this, instead of, contact all these people. What a chore. Because I go through the same things, but I've learned how to step back. When was the last time you felt overwhelmed? And what overwhelm is, we've all been bosses of people. We've all had people to work for. What overwhelm is, it's simply lack of hope. And when you have hope, everything is simpler and easier. But overwhelm, you're paralyzed, because there's so much going on that you're so confused. Well, hope cures overwhelm. And here's the skinny about hope. It's the next step. All you have to do is find the next thing you need to do, not the farthest thing that gets you there, but the next thing you need to do. And to remind yourself to, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, what's the next step? What's the simplest, easiest thing I could do that brings me closer to where I want to be? What you don't want to do is major and minors, where if you have to do the laundry, you do the dishes. If you have to contact a client, you write some content. So you want to put the right things in the right order, but sometimes you just need that one little step and your mind clears it. That's what you need your partner for. If you're by yourself, it's hard to clear the mind and the brain, but that's what your AI buddy can do for you as your coach. Picture you as a coach of Ray Engen, and here's where he is. He's feeling overwhelmed about this, and this. What should he do next? Oh, that's easy, blah, blah, blah. Because we can't read the ingredients from inside the jar. Thank you, Denise, for turning that phrase on to me. But that's the Climb Mount Rushmore is a key thing to help you find the great people to work with. That's the whole reason I came on here today. That's what I want to give you. I will make a better post on where to get it. But if you leave a comment on here, hey, I want the toolkit. It's the Client Mount Rushmore toolkit. It's fabulous. It's amazing. It will help you find people that you love to work with, and you'll have fun finding them. It is not a chore. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing to go through. So Client Mount Rushmore, that's what it is. I've got it all dialed in and dialed out for you. You can copy and paste and put it into AI, and it'll do the work for you now, the work that I used to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours doing. And I want to put it in your hands, those of you that are watching and looking, because I appreciate you out there. If you're new again, welcome. If you've been here before, welcome back. If you are a coach or someone that works with coaches and speakers, and you think you'd be a good fit to come on and talk about what you do on here, I'd love to have you. Just reach out to me, ray@humorspeaks.com. I don't have, I should have put this up today because somebody could have come in and joined me at joinraylive.com. But that's where we are each Wednesday. Don't use the previous version of joinraylive.com because it goes through StreamYard, and StreamYard makes you change up where you stream from every single week. So I just put that into the forwarding of joinraylive.com. Probably the one little tiny website that I bought that I use the most. joinraylive.com. Get your Client Mount Rushmore toolkit. It'll be ready shortly, but let me know you want it, and I will send that out for you. And it's been great to be back on here. I didn't. I thought I'd be ready for everything today, but I could have said, I'm not going to do this. But I'll tell you what, my friend Jeff Rogers posted something he didn't want to do today, and he went and he did it. And I go, you know what? He did that, so I'm going to have to do it too, for gosh sakes. Okay. So thank you, Jeff, for doing that. And I will see you guys next week. And any questions, come on in. Let me know. I'm out there, ray@humorspeaks.com. Let's do this thing. Let's have some fun doing it. All righty. Have a great one, everyone.